Hey there, Maricopa. This is Maria Poor. I am one of the Cultural Affairs and Arts Committee members for the City of Maricopa. And here today we have one of our local artists creating one of the beautiful signal box portraits. I'm here today with artist Veronica Lichtenstein, who created this beautiful mural. Veronica, what does this represent for you?
This is, when I was thinking about Maricopa and the kind of box I would want to paint, I just started to think about what's one of the main activities that people in my neighborhood do. And me and my daughter go bike riding all the time, especially around Halloween and Christmas time, to look at all the displays and to enjoy the weather during that season. So I wanted to make a mural of a joyful bike ride, and that's what it is. It's a blissful joy ride. This is part of our Super Bloom, and this is actually this street on Honeycutt, which was just like a month ago, was all blown up with these yellow trees and the green pieces out there. So it's just one of my favorites because it reminds me of the amount of fun times we had together going bike riding every night.
And this piece directly represents you and your family life and your family together. Describe that for us.
Absolutely. We love going on bike rides and going around the neighborhoods. We love getting picnics. We'll pick up Chipotle and then we'll just, find a spot under a tree and just hang out. And it's one of those things where she'll want to do it every night and she gets to talk about the end of her day and open up, and it's just a really fun event for us to do. And I think as I've been doing this piece and bike riders have come by, it's been fun to see families together see this and feel like they're being captured from Maricopa.
What does it mean to you to have this gorgeous public artwork up in your city?
Just the world. I'm so excited. I'm excited to have seeing the 9 other pieces that are going to be out there, just to see what everybody has and everybody's unique fingerprint and art, and seeing what they're going to come up with. I'm just excited to see more of this throughout the city because I think it just really brings out the community to life.
It does. Thank you so much for being a part of our public art initiative here in the city of Maricopa. Thank you so much for gifting our community with your talents. It's beautiful and something that people can really enjoy and last a really long time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your work.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Welcome back to the program where the questions are answers and the answers don't stop. It's Maricopa's favorite game show, Permit or Not. I'm your host, Luis Vila, and I'd like to remind our viewers today that if you have any questions regarding any of the categories today, please leave them in the comments below. Now let's take a look at the board. The categories today are city services, do I need a permit for that? What's being developed? City events, library, and roads. Bob, why don't you lead things off for us?
Thank you, Luis. I'll take do I need a permit for that for 200?
I would like to pour a slab of concrete in my backyard. Do I need a permit for that?
What is no?
That is correct. Slabs or pavers in your backyard are up to the owner's discretion. However, any work being done in the front yard, you'll need to contact your HOA.
I'll take permits for 600.
My pool needs to be drained. Do I need a permit for that?
Yes. I mean, what is yes? What is no?
That is correct. Pro tip, if you're looking to drain the water in your pool, you'll find 2 black water conduits in the front of your home. One of them leads directly to sewage. Plug it in and you're ready to begin draining. However, you'll need to contact Global Water first, as the pool water needs to be of a specific pH level before you can begin the draining. So that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to tune in next time to Permit or Not, and until then, feel free to visit www.maricopa-az.gov for all of your questions regarding city events, permits, and more. Or leave us a comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you.
Hello, I'd like to welcome you to this special meeting on April 23rd, 2024. So happy to see you all here. And I'm delighted that we've received 13 applicants for this very important position. And what we'd like to do first is have the city clerk announce who all those 13 are. Please stand, wave at the crowd, and then we'll move on with the top 3 picks from each council member. So please, Vanessa.
Mayor, can I do roll call?
Yes, please.
Councilmember Gettle?
Present.
Councilmember Manfredi? Here. Councilmember Marsh?
Here.
Councilmember Wade?
Here.
Vice Mayor Learman? Here. Mayor Smith?
Here.
Madam Mayor, we have a quorum.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have Matthew Blair, Thomas Chapman, Joshua Hughes, Joseph Kane, Anna Marie Knorr, Adam Leach, Rhonda Melvin, Crystal O'John, Brian Ott, James Singleton, Torrin Terrell, Sharon Walker, and Patty Wazowicz.
Let's give them all a hand, please. So City Council has taken a lot of time to review all 13 of those applications, and I think it's going to be interesting to see what it tallies up to in terms of the top 3. But before we go there, I do want to thank each of those 13, and there may be a council member who also wants to speak out, and thank you as well. This is such an important position, and it takes a lot of grit to actually put your name in and possibly be interviewed in front of a public audience for your very first time in terms of city government. And I really appreciated the passion that I read in each and every application. I was impressed because you may or may not have attended my State of the City address in January, but that was our focus, was positivity, solving problems in a positive way. Don't always have to agree, but just knowing that you can solve a problem. I read that in almost every application, and I really appreciate it, and I know that we have 13 individuals who seriously are concerned with our city and that we always go in the right direction and have a passion for serving the residents of the city of Maricopa. So I want to thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? Yes, Councilmember Marsh.
I used to be a recruiter in Tempe, technical recruiter, and I was reading 200 resumes a night. These 13 resumes were awesome. This city is rich with talent, with passion, with education, with knowledge, with love for the city. And I want to thank you all for putting your hats in the ring for tonight. If you don't get it, keep your passion, keep going, keep volunteering, and try again next time. Because this is a good gig. It's a hard gig, but it's a good gig and it's really worthwhile. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Marsh. Councilmember Gettle.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. It was seems like a lifetime ago. It's only 20 months ago that I was actually sitting in these seats where you are tonight. And man, it's a little PTSD traumatizing for me to sit up here this evening and think a little bit about what we went through together that night. But I just wish to echo the mayor's and Councilmember Marsh's sentiments that we have some amazing people in the city, don't we? We have amazing men and women who are willing to step up and lead and to solve issues and concerns and problems and not be afraid to put solutions forward. And that's who I see before me tonight. And so I know, regardless of who we choose, we have 13 that could easily sit here in this chair. And so thank you again for taking the time, going through the nerves. I know some of you didn't eat dinner tonight because you just couldn't. But it'll be a great evening as we spend a little bit of time here together. So thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Councilmember Wade?
I'm going to keep it short and simple. On my resume, at the end of my resume, I say, if you want to be taken serious, if you want to be taken seriously, you have to be serious. And that's what came across with the resumes, the letters of recommendation, all that is put forth, all the effort, the application itself was taken serious. And that's what we need. That's what our city needs, is for us to take it serious. So thank you for doing just that, and look forward to the process.
Yes, thank you, Councilmember Wade. Councilmember Manfredi.
Thank you. Our city code 2-05-050 states, the council shall fill a vacancy that may occur by appointment until the next regularly scheduled blah, 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 blah. And when you read that, what it means is we can choose any way we want to actually fill this council seat. We can go up and talk and have a conversation, come down, nominate somebody in there on the council. What we choose to do in the city of Maricopa is make it as open, transparent, and available to as many people as possible. So I love when and it doesn't happen often, but when we do have the opportunity to replace somebody on council, we actually have so many people jump in and put their names in. So 4 years from now, I hope many of you are applying to actually run for council. Not in 2 years, that's when I run. So I'm talking 4 years. 4. I'm joking, of course. But no, I hope that, you know, out of the plethora of applications we got, one person is going to sit in this seat right here next to me, pass me water and stuff.
I'm sorry for that.
Sorry. But you're going to sit here in a seat next to me, and we're going to spend 2 years getting to know one another and talking and doing stuff together. But, you know, the other 12 or so people, please stay involved. Please get involved if you're not actually doing something within the city today. Come to council meetings, talk to your council members, talk to everybody, because the more people that are involved, the better the city can be. Thank you for applying.
Thank you, Councilmember Manfredi and Vice Mayor Learman.
This year at Mayor's State of the City address, she talked about community champions, and when I read those 13 applications, I was like, here's 13 more. You guys are amazing. We have veterans, we have committee members, we have a salsa winter festival. We have people who serve our community at all different levels, and I too was just very impressed. I saw the passion and the ability and capability to serve in this position, so I'm really looking forward to this evening.
Thank you very much. All right, so we shall get on with the process. Vanessa, would you please take a roll of each person's top 3?
Councilmember Gettle.
Again, the decision is difficult. The 3 that I would like to nominate tonight are Crystal Ojan, Matthew Blair, and Thomas Chapman.
Councilmember Marsh.
This was hard. I'll go with Knorr, Singleton, and Walker.
Councilmember Manfredi.
I'm so sorry. I didn't hear the third person, Bob.
Walker.
Thank you.
Councilmember Manfredi.
For me, choices are pretty easy usually. This one was really hard. You know, looking through who we're going to choose is probably the hardest thing we do. For me, it was Anna Marie Knorr. And then what I did is I went and I looked through, and then I spoke with a lot of the people, or some of the people that were interested. So the people that actually reached out, made phone calls, sat down with me and chatted with me, really helped me to get to know them very well. So the other one is Adam Leach. And Brian Ott.
Councilmember Wade.
Thank you. Yeah, this really was difficult, very much so. But it just goes to show that we have quality people who are trying to make a difference in the community. My 3 would be Crystal Ojan, Anna Marie Knorr, John Singleton. James Singleton.
Vice Mayor Learman.
Anne Marie Knorr, Adam Leach, and James Singleton.
And Mayor Smith.
Thank you. It was really very challenging. I had to come up with a scoring system. Things that I think were the most important, at least from my perspective, to the city. And And how well it was addressed within the application. And so I had a scoring system that allowed me to come to my top 5. And then after that, I took those top 5 and gave them each a telephone call with one additional question. So my top 3 end up being Anna Marie Knorr, James Singleton, and Adam Leach.
Okay, so the top 3 are Anna Marie Knorr, Adam Leach, and James Singleton.
May I ask a question? Because I have, oh, never mind. I see where I made my mistake. Thank you. All right. So
No
that
tie?
no tie.
Wow,
No
look at
tie
that.
this year. All right. So that makes Anna Marie Knorr, Adam Leach, and James Singleton our final 3. So at this point, the city clerk will place all of these 3 names into a bowl, which she's done, and determine which applicants are going to respond to questions in which order. After she's done that, all 3 the first applicant can stay here. The other 2 applicants will go into a meeting room. And, okay, don't hate me. All right. This is first, Adam Leach. Second is James Singleton. And third, we know, will be Anna Marie Knorr. So Vanessa, who will they be following out to the conference room? Oh, there you are. Thank you very much. So James and Knorr, please follow Andy to the conference room. And Adam, you can come up to the microphone.
Mayor, if I may?
Yes?
Remember, the top 3 people chosen does not mean the other 10 were not considered heavily. And I want everybody, again, and I want to reiterate, please join a board, get involved, and be part of this future of the city that we have, everyone that's here. Thank you.
Yeah, I totally 100% agree with that. We have 3 committees that you can be a part of. We have other opportunities to get involved, but we'd love to mentor someone who wants to, tag along on certain events and understand and learn things. So we're happy to do that as well. I really don't want to lose any of the 13. I know some of you are candidates in the upcoming election, and that's awesome. I'd love to see all of you in the election in 2014. 26. Yeah, 26. Sorry about that, Vince. I'm encouraging them. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with Councilmember Gettle. Please ask your question. And Adam, feel free to take your time to answer.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I think they get they're going to introduce themselves first.
Oh,
then we'll-
perfect.
then
I
we'll
love
go to
that.
questions.
I love that.
Awesome.
Adam, that's great. I know all about you, but they might not.
Right. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council members. I stand here this evening humbled and grateful for this opportunity to share a glimpse of my journey with you. My name is Adam Leach, a resident of the city of Maricopa for 17 years. I'm married with my wife, Tylena, and we have 2 amazing sons. From a young age, I've been driven by curiosity, a thirst for knowledge, and a desire to make a difference, a meaningful difference in the world around me. This curiosity has led me to a purpose to volunteer within the city of Maricopa. I was a volunteer rec coach here at Copper Sky for over 10 years, a leader with the local Boy Scout troop, and current director of the Maricopa Rocketry program. I would also like to mention that I was on the ballot in 2022 for one of the available council seats. My core values are kindness, service, and community. Thank you again, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and council members. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, let's start with Councilmember Gettle.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go too far, Adam.
Oh.
And Mayor, I believe they have a time limit to respond to the questions. Is that correct?
We didn't talk about a time limit.
Okay, thank you very much. So it's open mic.
Oh, wow.
My first question to you tonight, Adam, is I'd like to hear from you what or how you define leadership. What does leadership mean to you? And what sets you apart as a leader?
Great question. I would say a leader is not someone that wants power, but just to empower the people down right below you. So this we hear, without having that system in place, how are we ever going to succeed?
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Councilmember Marsh.
Good to see you, Adam.
And likewise, sir.
What is the most important project for a result would you like to accomplish in your next 2.5 years as a council member?
Amazing question. I would say, like everything, everyone here in this room is 347. I believe they're finishing up in that first phase. If I can be part of this amazing team to see the second phase get done, that'd be awesome.
Councilmember Wade.
Congratulations, Adam.
And thank you, sir.
Sorry, I had my mic off. What do you believe is your role as a city council member?
Another great question. The role of a city council member, I guess it's kind of like you wear multiple hats, right? Like you have to listen to the residents and see what their concerns are. And also we have to be a champion for the city to continue to bring business employment here, as well as go to the state and as well as federal to continue to get funding.
Thank you.
Councilmember Manfredi.
We all know how hard it is to get on council, but my question revolves around once you're on a council.
Mm-hmm.
A lot's happening in the city of Maricopa, and the people want to be heard.
Okay.
That's what I hear the most from them. They want to be heard. How will you stay informed about local issues and connect with constituents between regularly scheduled council meetings?
For myself, you just got to get yourself out there. You got to be involved within the community. If it's youth, if it's young adults, if it's seniors, you just have to put yourself available. Put yourself in their program and seeing what that you can either just help them out or just be a pair of ears, but ultimately just be available.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Vice Mayor Learman.
Congratulations, Adam, and I just want to share, it's been really awesome to see your journey and your passion.
For sure.
And continue for the flame to flame despite, struggles and not being first every time. So congratulations
And
for
thank you.
not giving
Thank
up.
you.
My question is, if selected, what board, commission, or committees would you like to be a liaison to?
Great question. So I believe there are at least 6, maybe even now 3, but I'm a very big passionate guy about Parks and Rec with the youth and young adults. Without having programs out there, then where are those kids going to be? And again, it doesn't matter what your athletic ability is. It's just getting out there, being on a team, learning to be with each other.
Thank you.
And thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, what would you like to see done with housing? And considering your answer, what are or maybe the opposite of your answer, what are the unintended consequences of slowing or stopping housing development?
Amazing question. So, like everything, right? People want that word begins with an M, moratorium. That we really can't have that here, because with all the momentum that you guys have and then a previous council has been working towards, if we slow down housing, it's going to slow down other opportunities, which is future employment, which the city just recently purchased that land. So, I mean, if we want to see this continue to be the best, brightest star possible, then that's what we have to continue to do.
Thank you very much.
And thank you. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that. And you may, have a hand. We'll see you in the conference room. And audience, just so you know, to be fair, all the same questions are asked of every candidate.
Raise your hands if your ice cream melted today.
I didn't open the door.
Did your ice cream melt? It was nuts.
All right, this is James Singleton. Let's give him a hand and support him. James, you have an opportunity to introduce yourself, please.
Sure. As some of you know, I'm James Singleton. I'm the now vice chair on planning and zoning. I guess in my free time. Work-wise, I am a senior software engineer. Also in my free time, I like to build websites. So I've built websites for, coparesources.com, 347fex.com, senior living, or maricopaseniorliving.org. And that's my free time. I'm involved with Maricopa High School swimming as well. I just like to be involved.
Very good. We will start the questions. Each council member will have one question. We'll start with Councilmember Gettle.
Congratulations, James. Excited to see you here. My question to you tonight, James, is I'd like to hear your definition of leadership. So could you define leadership? What is leadership to you? And what sets you apart as a leader?
Sure. Leadership is, not only making, those easy decisions that everybody sees, in the limelight, but also making those hard decisions that even though they might not be glamorous, you're still making those to lead people in the correct direction that, your moral compass points you towards. Mm-hmm. And also being a role model is also a great part of leadership, having those people and setting that example for those, whether it be at work, those colleagues that might be under you, or when you're dealing with, children at school or, a sports team, guiding them and mentoring them to be better people overall. In terms of what sets me apart, I graduated from military school 4 years, was in a military youth program for 8+ years. So I kind of have what I think is, that right compass, that strong backbone to make those tough decisions when they need to be made. But also, I've mentored younger people to, graduate into a higher rank and stuff like that.
Thank you, sir.
Councilmember Marsh.
James, what is the most important project for a result you would like to accomplish in your next 2.5 years as a city councilman?
I would like to say the 347, but I know that, is not practical. But in the next, 2 years, I would like to see more business and tackle that. As we are growing as a city, we need to bring that job offerings into our city, not having people leave the city of Maricopa and spend money outside of Maricopa, work outside of Maricopa. So that would be my, project that I would like to see happen in the next 2 years.
Thank you.
Councilmember Wade.
Congratulations, James. I'm glad
Thank
to
you.
see you as one of the finalists. What do you believe your role is as a city council member?
Sure. So my role as a city council member would be, one, listening to the people of Maricopa, right? They're our constituents. Listening to them, hearing their voices, and taking that input with the rest of your input, my input, research, and helping guide the ship that is the city into the right direction. Doing our research and just guiding us, to the place that we see our city being in a couple of years, whether that's short-term goals, long-term goals, but that's our role as, city council members, is guiding that ship, which is our city, forward with everybody's input.
Thank you.
Take a breath, relax. All right, here comes the next one. A lot's happening in Maricopa, and the people tell me they want to be heard. At least that's what they're telling me all the time. They want to be heard. How will you stay informed about local issues and connect with constituents between regularly scheduled council meetings?
Sure. As you know, I'm active on Facebook. I think that's where a lot of our conversations go. from our constituents is on social media. So having our ear to the ground and communicating, I love your idea of having those live streams just to have, even though maybe not everybody joins, but that gives at least an avenue for people to come in, ask a question, get it answered, and you have that it's basically a two-way conversation there, and that you collect that information, you can come back to your fellow council members and go, hey, we made this decision a couple of weeks ago. Here's what I'm hearing from everybody, that's on social media or even, news and stuff like that. I think that is in today's age, social media is where it's at. And even going to events, Copa Culture Night is coming up, going to there, talking to people, or just in your day-to-day. You run into people, I've ran into you at places, it's just being conversational with people as you're going about Maricopa and just talking to them.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vice Mayor Lehrman.
Congratulations, James.
Thank you.
If selected, what board, commission, or committees would you like to be a liaison to?
I would like to be a part of MAG, just because transportation is, such a key issue for the city. I'm already working with the mayor, with 347facts.com, allowing people to voice their opinions on that. So any way that I can help, push that forward. Hey, the city of Maricopa needs this in terms of transportation, widening the 347, keeping the Riggs Road overpass, or the elimination of lights at the cement plant in Casablanca. But that would be the one.
Thank you.
Thank you. James, what would you like to see done with housing? And regardless of your answer, what are the unintended consequences of stopping housing or slowing down housing development?
I would like to see it remain its course, how it is right now. We do need a mix of both single-family residency as well as multifamily. I've lived here since 2021. I've been through 4 doctors because they cannot find an affordable place to live here. That's a problem. A majority of the people that travel to 347, roughly 80%, are traveling for doctor and medical appointments. We need that affordable housing here so that doctors, teachers, police officers, firefighters can actually live here. Furthermore, everybody wants the Home Depots, the Lowe's, the Targets. They also need a place for them to live, those employees. And as those stores succeed, that gets us the bigger fish of the Intel plants that people want, that kind of housing. In terms of putting a stop to it, we don't want to be seen as the city that doesn't want to do anything. Stopping housing puts, in my opinion, a stop on any industrial commercial building because they follow rooftops. Rooftops don't follow commercial building anymore.
Thank you very much. You did a great job. Let's give him a hand.
Anybody know any good jokes? You're so stiff out there. It's like watching wood sitting in the chairs. Relax. Yeah, yeah. You can't say names, just cheer.
I got one. Somebody proposed that somebody should sell T-shirts that say, "I survived the great power outage of 2024."
We'll be in the parking lot when you get finished.
And I believe all our high school teachers get a free T-shirt
Yes,
for that one.
yes. Especially.
Let's give Anna Marie Knorr a round of applause. Very brave of you to be here today. Well, we're giving you an opportunity to introduce yourself, please.
Well, thank you, Mayor and Council. My name is Anna Marie Knorr, and I've lived in this community for over 18 years. I'm raising my children in this community. I'm a coach at a local school. I'm involved in several local organizations, and I also serve on the Maricopa Unified School District Governing Board. I've done that for 10 years, and I was actually initially appointed to that position, and then subsequently ran for election several times and was reelected. And so that has been a great experience for me. I love the city of Maricopa. I love the people of Maricopa. I work here, I live here, I play here, and I just want to be a part of making this community the best it can be.
Thank you very much. We are going to each ask one question, and so we will start with Councilmember Gettle.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, Anna Marie. I'd like to hear your definition on leadership. So could you define what leadership is to you and what sets you apart as a leader?
Thank you, Councilman Gattel. Leadership is an important quality, especially for a role as an elected official. And I believe leadership involves being a servant leader. I'm very big on servant leadership. And I believe it means being there for the people. It's not about myself and my position. It's about how I can best serve those that I'm leading and those that are impacted by the decisions that I'm making. And so that would definitely be, I'm a servant leadership style.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Marsh.
Anna Marie, good to see you. What is the most important project for a result you would like to accomplish in your next 2.5 years as council member?
Thank you, Councilman Marsh. I think my most important project or result would be to solve the issue of the 347 and transportation in Maricopa. If I had a magic wand, that's what I would do. I believe that involves obviously expanding the 347. The current project is great, and I think it's going to alleviate a lot of issues, but we clearly need more expansion to alleviate the commute. I also believe that solving the transportation problem in Maricopa involves getting more high-paying jobs here locally, and I believe the Industrial Triangle is going to accomplish that, and I look forward to seeing that project to fruition and how that will impact the folks in Maricopa and the families in Maricopa.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Wade.
Thank you, and congratulations, Anna Marie. I'm glad you made it to the cutoff. Appreciate that. What do you believe your role is as a city council member?
Thank you, Councilman Wade. I believe the role of a city council member is to make decisions that are in the best interest of the community and those we serve. But it also involves looking forward and seeing the future and making plans and strategic goals that will set us up for the future so that those ahead of us and those behind us, we are ready for those issues and we are ready for the challenges that we will face. I believe it also means being involved in the community. It means being willing to talk to anybody regardless of their position, being able to agree to disagree, and being able to consider all possibilities, consider all opinions, and then take those and formulate the best solution.
Thank you.
Councilmember Manfredi.
Anna Marie, thank you so much for standing up here and taking the questions like everyone else did. You answered part of my question, so it's kind of repeating itself, but I'm going to say it. A lot's happening here in the city of Maricopa, and people want to be heard. How will you stay informed about local issues and connect with constituents between regularly scheduled council meetings?
Thank you, Councilman Manfredi. This is important because information is powerful and misinformation is detrimental. And so I will do what I've done in my existing role on the school board, but I will be active in the community. I will be present. I will participate in forums and town halls. I will attend meetings, and I will respond to emails, respond to questions, whether that be at a soccer game or at the grocery store. I will always be available to the community should they have questions, and really involved and engaged in community organizations such as the Chamber and the Lions Club. And so that I can not only be there to listen and understand the concerns of the residents, but also, and I think even more importantly, be able to share the successes of the city and share the goals and the plans of the city so that everyone understands, what happens here on Tuesday nights, because not everyone is here to listen what the great work that you are doing, but it's great to be out in the community and share that.
Thank you.
Vice Mayor Learman.
Congratulations. If selected, what board, commission, or committees would you like to be a liaison to?
Thank you, Councilwoman Learman. The 4 committees that we can be liaison to, I've honestly researched, and I would be willing to serve in any capacity that the mayor and the council sees fit. I understand that I will be the new kid on the block, and I'm willing to serve at will wherever you see fit. I am very passionate about children and families, and so Parks and Rec really does excite me. But I'm also willing to learn about the other committees and the issues surrounding the seniors and arts, and so I'm willing to serve in any capacity.
Anna, what would you like to see done with housing? And regardless of your answer, what are the unintended consequences of slowing or stopping housing development?
Thank you, Mayor. Housing is an important issue, and cycle of life housing, I believe, is paramount for our community. And what cycle of life housing, we need to make sure that we have housing for all aspects of our community and all aspects of society. And so that's the young families, that's our employees that work in our existing businesses in Maricopa, for our teachers and our firefighters, and then also for our retirees and those that want to retire here. We need assisted living for those who want to stay here but need some assistance, so that if somebody comes to Maricopa, they can live here from start to finish and they never have to leave. And I believe that's crucially important for our city. And, we're not able to stop people from building. That would be illegal unless we had a reason, a lawful issue that we had control over, which we don't, and because we don't control the 347, the state and ADOT does. And so I believe that we can just continue to have smart growth and make sure that we have all types of housing available for those who live here and those who want to move here.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. All right, you can return to the conference room, please. Thank you very much. Council, what questions or concerns might you have?
Actually, I'd like to move to executive session if possible to get some advice from our legal team.
Okay. That's a motion and a second by Councilmember Wade. All in favor to move to executive session, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? All right. We will be back shortly.
We could surprise everybody.
Just waiting for the candidates to return. Thank you very much. You all did a fantastic job. I know it's not very easy to stand up here and answer questions that you've not been asked potentially, and to have to come up with a great answer, and you all did very well at doing that, so I appreciate that. We did take some time for an e-session to determine and make sure we were all on the same page for process, and so at this point, we are all going to vote for our top one candidate, and we'll take it from there. So, Vanessa, would you please call for a vote or a nomination for, yeah.
Councilmember Gettle,
I would like to nominate Anne Marie Knorr.
Councilmember Marsh,
Anne Marie Knorr.
Councilmember Manfredi,
Nor.
Councilmember Wade,
Anna Marie Knorr.
Vice Mayor Learman,
Ms. Anne Marie Knorr.
Mayor Smith.
Anna Marie Knorr. So we do have to make this official.
Mayor, I'd
Yes.
like to make a motion to appoint Anne Marie Knorr to the Anna Marie Knorr, sorry. I keep adding an A in there. Yeah, I keep pulling it out and adding it in, I'm sorry. Anna Marie Knorr to the vacant seat on the Maricopa City Council.
We have
Second.
a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember Marsh. Any questions, conversations, discussion? Seeing
Before-
none. Oh, yep, go
Before we
right ahead.
vote, I just want to reiterate one more time, please, everyone else, stay involved. And it doesn't have to be at the city level. The school district is always looking for volunteers. The fire department is always looking for volunteers. The police department is always looking for volunteers. They need people like you to get involved and be part of the future of our city. Thank you.
Very good. So I have a motion and a second. No other conversation? All right, very good. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Very good. Congratulations. And I adjourn this meeting. Oh, they want me to uninjure it. So how does she actually get sworn in? On May 7th, you'll be here at City Council, and one of the first actions we'll take is to swear you in. And you have to be prepared on that agenda with how you feel, the information you've collected, how you want to vote, and you have to be ready to go.
And for
May
the
7th.
Next week, she's going to be Vanessa's best friend.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. Thank you. And I'll now adjourn.